Hello, sport fan. This is Steven here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the NFC title game where you have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. Make sure you turn your notification bells on now so every single time we have breakdowns here at Sports Choice Plus, you're getting it first. Without further ado, let's get right into it. As we saw, the Dallas Cowboys were taken care of by the 49ers, and you saw the Philadelphia Eagles quickly make quick work of the New York Football Giants. In this matchup, you have two heavyweights. You have the two best teams statistically that literally played throughout the season, throughout the NFL season on the NFC side. You're looking at two juggernauts. When you look at the offensive side of the ball, of course, you see Purdy on one side leading the charge with Deebo Samuel, Kittle, Ayuk. Of course, the new addition of Christian McCaffrey this season for the 49ers. You have a number of things. You have the childhood genius that now is the grown man genius in head coach of Kyle Shanahan. You're looking on how that defense for the 49ers has stepped up, how they've played well through the playoffs, how they've executed well through the playoffs. And throughout the season, they've only done nothing but show us what they've shown us regular season, now into the postseason. You ask yourself, for the 49ers, with that win against Dallas, with the way that they were able to slow down Ezekiel Elliott, the way that they were able to slow down Dak Prescott, do they have one more in them to be able to get to the Super Bowl? And then you look on the other side with the Eagles, the vaunted running attack. You have three different running backs. You have Jalen Hurts at quarterback. You have essentially one of the best tandems of wide receivers in the NFL. This is going to be a classic styles makes fights. When you're looking at Kyle Shanahan, he's going to have the playbook wide open. He's going to have everything at his disposal. You're going to see a heavy dose of Christian McCaffrey, I feel like. You're going to see a heavy dose of Deebo Samuel. One of the beautiful things is having Deebo Samuel, he's an excellent and willing blocker for the 49ers. When you look at just what sets the table for them, it's that they have wide receivers and they also have tight ends who are unselfish. They're willing to block when their play is not called. They're willing to be decoys and actually go hard on every single play, so you don't know when their playoff is. You don't know when it's for them. So it's a tough combination when you're facing the San Francisco 49ers, when you're having to game plan against a wide receiver that could essentially hit you with a block versus you thinking, okay, they might get the ball. It's tough when you have George Kittle, a tight end who's selling out and blocking on every single play, still making catches. So for Philly, you're going to have to game plan for the unexpected. The defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles is going to have to get pressure on Purdy. They're going to have to attack that offensive line, and they have some good offensive linemen on the 49ers. It's well balanced. They don't give up a lot of sacks. They don't make a lot of dumb plays. So understanding the timing is everything. I think the Eagles are going to have to take their shots early. They're going to have to take their shots often to keep that defense for the 49ers honest. A lot of times the 49ers defense is going to creep up because they're thinking Jalen's going to run a lot of runs. So you got to think. You got to protect that shoulder if you're Jalen. Get 3 to 4 yards, 3, 4, 5 yards, and get down. You don't have to fight for every single yard. These 49ers like to wrap up. They like to strip. They like to take the ball away. They like to tackle in piles. So if they get you, stand you up, they're going to be trying to ripping that ball straight out. This is going to be probably the best game of the week this weekend. You got two different games. So when I'm looking at this here, I'm looking at offensively, I have to go with the 49ers being a little bit better than what we have in Philly. You're looking just the threat of Christian McCaffrey being able to run the ball, being able to catch the ball, sometimes throw the ball. Deebo Samuel being able to be used as a running back, wide receiver decoy, it's a number of things that go into it. Even though I love the Philadelphia Eagles, this is tough. It's tough. But you got to keep in mind, the San Francisco 49ers are hot right now. But one key factor, they have to come play in Philly. Even though they beat the Packers in Green Bay a couple years ago, they still have to come play in Philly. So that home field advantage definitely does something. Playing in the cold definitely does something. So I think that's going to help a little bit for the Philadelphia Eagles. When it's all said and done, both these teams are even in so many different ways. Both these teams are very balanced in so many different ways. But I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles to win this football game. I feel like Jalen has it in him. He has that dog in him. And I feel like the quarterback is going to be the X factor in this one. The quarterback is going to separate who has it late in the football game, who's making the right decisions late down the stretch. That's a lot of pressure to put on a young first-year quarterback. Jalen's been doing it since Alabama. Jalen's been doing it since Oklahoma. And all you're seeing is progression, and progressively leading the best team into the NFL playoffs stat-wise as far as statisticals. So I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles to win. Are you 49ers fans? Are you Eagles fans? Get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Trace Plus for all the breakdowns and all the updates. And as always, we'll see you in the very next video.